While the state of emergency may have been necessary during the pandemic, it has also led to thousands of no-bid contracts, bypassing the standard formal process of evaluation and contractor bidding. Mark Joffe, Senior Policy Analyst with Reason Foundation, told California insider Siamak Karami it gave Governor Gavin Newsom extraordinary powers to do just that. An example he brought up is when the state needed lots of masks.
So the original mask contract went to a company called Blue Flame, which had been set up 3 days before the contract award from California, when California wired the company about $450 million to prepay for the masks. Fortunately, the state was saved by a bank. The bank looked at this wire payment, thought it was very suspicious, and decided to disapprove it. So because of a bank's intervention, California taxpayers and federal taxpayers would also have been footing most of this bill.
With no bid contracts, the vendors are chosen informally and contracted. The state found another company and signed a $1 billion contract with it for masks in a hurry.
BYD, which is a Chinese company that I think originally started more in the automotive sector, and they claimed that they could perform the service of quickly procuring a lot of masks. But there were problems there because some of those masks did not meet federal certifications. There were delays in providing them. So even though we spent $1 billion, we, the taxpayers again of California, it's not clear that we got value for money there because there was such a hasty assignment of these contracts.
Joffe says normally when government procures goods or services, it writes a request for proposal. Companies bid on that request, then the government agency goes through a process of reviewing all those bids and chooses the vendor that meets its requirements. But this time, they were not prepared to scale up to the huge amounts of money getting spent so quickly. Joffe says this authority to declare a state of emergency started in the 1970s when the Emergency Services Act was passed.
This gave the governor very broad authority to declare a state of emergency, and there's a very long list of things that can be categorized as an emergency situation, including pandemics, droughts, forest fires, and so forth. So the governor has a lot of flexibility in terms of declaring these disasters or emergencies and then suspending the normal legislative process for as long as he or she thinks necessary.
According to Joffe, the legislator would have to vote to end the state of emergency, but it doesn't usually happen since it would transfer the burden of responsibility to them.